So our application runs, it connects to the database, but of course we need some initial data in the database so we have something to work with. And we can add this data using a special method called onModelCreating inside our AppDB context class. So here we have the DB sets and the initial constructor, and we will create another method that is known to ASP, and it's called onModelCreating, and that's a protected method that we need to override. So it's protected, override, it doesn't return anything, and it's called onModelCreating. And as the name implies, this will be used when the database runs for the first time and it populates the data that we will put inside of this method. And the data is being used by model builder. So we'll simply build our model that we want to put inside of the tables in the database. So we will pass in model builder, and I'll just call it model builder. So this is our onModelCreating method. So first we'll go to our base class and call our onModelCreating and pass to it our model builder. So this is similar to what we had in the context when we passed in the options in the constructor. And now we can start using the model builder and add the data for, let's say, our categories first. To use it, we'll use the model builder dot, and we'll go to our entity, and in this case we want the category entity, so that's the DB set, and we want to specify that we want to add data, so we will specify has data. So this configures the entity to have seed data, and that's what we want. We want to seed the entity with our own data. So let's create a category, and we have few properties that we need to pass in. So the first one is the category ID, so this one will be category ID 1, and then there's the category name. And for our candy, let's say the first category name can be chocolate candy. And I'm gonna copy this and add a few more categories. So this one will be category ID 2, and this one's gonna be, let's say, fruit candy. Let's create another with category 3, and this one will be gummy candy, like the gummy bears. Next one is with the ID 4, and this one can be Halloween candy. And let's create one more, so we have 5 of them, and this one can be simply hard candy for the category ID 5. So this is how we added the entity for the category and the seed data for 5 categories. And we'll do the same for the candy as well. So we'll create another model builder entity, and this one will be for the candy. And just like before, we will use hasData, which will provide the seed data to it, and we will create new entity of candy. Now here we have more properties than for the categories, but the first one is of course the candy ID. So this one will be with ID 1. Then we have the name for the candy. This one can be simply called assorted chocolate candy. Then we have the price. Let's say it's gonna be $4.95, and it's a decimal, so I'll use the M at the end. Then we have the description, and here I will simply paste some lorem ipsum. And remember, we have the foreign key, and this one is a chocolate candy, so for our category ID I will use 1, because that's our chocolate candy. You can see category ID 1 is chocolate candy. And now we will pass in the image URL. So it's gonna be image URL, and we have them all in our images folder in the www root folder. So I will use the path to the first chocolate candy there. What's next? We have the, let's say, image thumbnail, And that's the same path, but I name these as small extension. So I have the chocolate candy dash small, and they are in thumbnails folder. So you have the URL to the regular image and to the thumbnail image. Then we have whether it's in stock. So let's set this to true. And then we have finally also the is on sale. And let's say this one is not on sale. So these are the properties for the candy. And I don't want you to be watching me type in all of these because I have 15 candies to type, but it's really the same thing. We will simply add another new candy after this one, and then another and another until we have all 15 of them. Or you can make less of them if you wanna just do, let's say, one for each category. That's fine as well. So I'm just gonna do it and then show you the result. So I added all the candy, just like we have the categories, what you saw on the video. I added the first candy, and then I added another for candy ID 2, 3, 4, and so forth, all the way to 15. So based on the images that I have, I created 3 candies for each category. And I added some of them as on sale true and some as on sale false. So you will have all this little script available in a text file, so you can literally just copy paste the whole thing in the app.db context class. You don't have to type any of this. But with this, we are now ready to seed the database. So let's go to our console. So let's go to Tools, NuGet Package Manager Console. And we need to make another migration, and that will add the data to our tables. So we'll add migration. I'll call it seeding database. And just press enter. So here is our migration, and you can see that we are going to be inserting data. So we'll insert into categories. We have those 5 categories that we are inserting, and then we are inserting data into candies table. So we are inserting all the data that I hard-coded for all the properties. So all we have to do now is just to update database. Let's press enter. And it concluded successfully. So let's go and see in our SQL Server Explorer. Now let's right-click Candies table and view data. And you can see now we have the data seeded in the database. Let's also check for the categories. So right-click, view data. And you can see we have data for it as well. So I think we are now ready to run it, and let's see if the data is there and it's gonna show on our application. So let's go to candy/list, and the data is there, but the images are not. So I think I messed up the path. So we can actually now see how to update the database if something like this happens. So let me show you how to fix that next.